Meteorologist Joe Farrell here to bring you your weather impact forecast. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. It still is warm out there across central Iowa. We've had high temperatures today get into the mid 80s and upper 80s, but nothing like what we have seen at least recently. It is still just a little bit lower in temperatures compared to Sunday and Monday of this week, but looking at things throughout this evening, going to continue to be quiet and clear. So hasn't been a terrible day, still humid enough that you feel it as you're out and about. That generally is going to be the case as we move forward. But what we don't want to see is dew points get back into the 80s. That was just so incredibly uncomfortable. And to be quite honest, it was miserable outside. Thankfully, we're not going to see that rise, those dew points, up into that 80-degree category. You're going to stay in the 60s, even the 50s at times possible as we head over the next couple of days. A little bit higher on Friday just because we got rain coming our direction. Before we talk about that rain coming in, we do have still a little bit of a dip in that air quality today, and that will continue into tomorrow. But watch what happens as this system that's going to bring us some rain and bring us thunderstorms. Watch what happens with the smoke overhead. It begins to push to the east and begins to not be as thick in our sky across central Iowa. So the smoke that's been overhead, looks like we're going to get it pushed out of that and push it out to the east heading into Friday. Now, the rainfall amounts, we could have some heavier totals come out of these thunderstorms, which is why there is a slight risk for excessive rainfall and the severe threat off to our west. Don't think we're going to see anything in any major problems with severe weather or flooding in central Iowa specifically. Western Iowa could have some strong gusty winds as these storms begin to move in. Let's look at 1 o'clock Friday morning. So getting into right into the action and when this is going to be moving through, it's going to be throughout the overnight while many of us are sleeping. And then as we kick off our Friday, that rain will continue to move through. And this system looks like it could just kind of spin and just kind of have that counterclockwise flow right near the state of Iowa. That's going to keep the clouds around. That's going to keep us a little bit cooler during the day. But that also means rainfall is going to stick around and kind of linger throughout the morning. Looks to be drier once we get into the afternoon. There are some of those pockets. You see some of the darker colors, especially with the latest data coming in across North Iowa. Do think southwestern parts of the state and southwest Iowa also has a chance at being in that 2 to 4 inch category. For the most part, ½ inch to 1.5 inches. I think that's generally what most of central Iowa will see. Looking at your 7 and 10 day forecast, temperatures as we get back to the dry weather over the weekend are going to be in just the mid 80s on Saturday. It's going to be a really nice day. Sunday back to the summer-like warmth, upper 80s and then low 90s next week. But next week's low 90s don't look to come along with the highest amount of humidity. So it isn't going to be a overly muggy heat next week. A little bit of a drier heat, but still low 90s. That's very much like late July and early August for central Iowa.